Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Coming up on 18 Eyewitness News, St. Francis County now owns the land its jail sits on. Also, the berm that protected Greenville from flooding last year is now notched out. Plus, 2 men will be standing trial for 1999 murder. All these stories, and will we see any rain this weekend?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello everybody, I'm Aaron Cox and here's our top story. St. Francis County now owns the land the county jail sits on. When Sheriff Dan Bullock visited our 18 Eyewitness News studios, he said the original agreement for the land was worked out 18 years ago.
Back in '94, we started building this new facility. We built the state of Missouri a warehouse to store some of their items in that was stored in the old building there on the site. And in turn for that, they were supposed to deed the property over to us.
However, Sheriff Bullock says Presiding Commissioner Dr. David Cramp discovered a few years ago that the deed had never been signed over to the county.
So he's been working on that, and I've been providing some information. I had the original agreements and everything that was supposed to be done. Danny Staples was a senator back then, and he was involved in this very heavily. Of course, he has passed away since then, and just this last week, we got the property where the jail sits deeded over to St. Francis County, so we're property owners now.
County commissioners approved the completion of land transfer from the state with a $10 payment at their meeting Wednesday. Now Dustin's here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Aaron. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures at this hour are on the hot side. Looking at current conditions through southeast Missouri, 97 degrees in Festus, 96 in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown. 93 right now, a little bit cooler in Cape Girardeau, 93 in Poplar Bluff, and 94 right now in Piedmont. As we head through the evening hours, we're going to continue to be on the warm side. Chance of thunderstorms throughout the evening, 96 degrees by 7 p.m., 89 by 9. And we're going to continue to be warm throughout the evening. Midnight temperature around 82 degrees. We do have that heat advisory still in effect until about 8 p.m. this evening, and that's in the yellow. And then in the red, we do have an excessive heat warning. That's in effect until 10 p.m. this evening for our viewing area. That's check of your first forecast. I'll give you more details on some relief insight for the weekend. All those details coming up later in weather.
The berm constructed to protect the city of Greenville from flooding now has a large notch in it. Mayor Don Sheldon says after working with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the city had run out of options to try to keep the berm in place. While the Corps directed the Missouri Department of Transportation to remove the berm, MoDOT instead carved out a large notch. That way the berm can be rebuilt quickly when necessary. Sheldon says the Corps has promised to return to rebuild the berm in case of an emergency.
It's a difficult thing to be sitting here 1 year ago, and we was fighting it. Water, thinking it was going to take our town. And we put it together in less than 24 hours, and we can do it again, but that don't make it likable.
Sheldon says most of the citizens of Greenville feel the Corps is wasting money, tearing out the berm now, only to rebuild the next time there's a flood.
What we're going to do, we're going to put our best foot forward, and the citizens of Greenville and the surrounding community has done wonders in the past, and we'll meet that obstacle when it comes.
Corps spokesman Mike Peterson told 18 Eyewitness News back in May the berm had to come out because it negatively impacted the reservoir in the area. 2 Culin men are being ordered to stand trial for 1999 murder. 44-year-old John Austin and 41-year-old Henry Rice Jr. are charged with second-degree murder in the death of 33-year-old Carla Ann Austin. Judge Thomas Swindle bound the pair over the circuit court earlier this week. Authorities believe Carla Austin was killed in retaliation by members of her late husband's family, who believed she was responsible for his death. Hunters found Austin's body in a rural part of Butler County 3 months after her disappearance in August of 1999. Melissa Baggett of Culin, along with Tracy Ray of Neosho, are also charged in connection with Austin's murder. Mineral Area College will start 2 new health service programs this October. Through the Mo Health Wins grant, MAC will offer a maintenance technician in a healthcare setting program, as well as a pharmacy technician program. Support specialist Allison Sheets says there are certain criteria potential students must meet under the Mo Health Wins grant.
Unemployed, underemployed, So you're just not making what you used to be making compared to maybe your education. And then again, TAA individuals, so if you've lost your job due to your job going overseas. Low skilled folks that come in, and if they're at, say, an 8th grade reading or math level and they're looking to increase their skills.
Allison says preference will also be given to qualified veterans and their spouses. She says they had local pharmacists review the program to be sure their graduates had the necessary training to get hired.
They sat and reviewed our curriculum and said this is definitely a need here in this area. Industry folks said that after they took the 12-week program and then got through the certification, that's the National Pharmacy Technician certification, then they would probably be making, $3, $4 more per hour.
Potential students should contact Allison at Mineral Area College to be certain he or she meets the Mo Health Wins Grant eligibility requirements. And when we come back, final preparations are underway for the St. Francis County Fair. That story is coming up only right here on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The St. Francis County Fair is now less than 2 weeks away. While the fair officially opens on Wednesday, August the 1st, Fair Board member Jim Howard visited our 18 Eyewitness News studios and told us there are a number of events going on before that. On Monday, the 4-H projects will be brought into the exhibit building. Jim says there's another 4-H event Tuesday morning.
Weigh-in for the animals that are projected to be sold at Wednesday night sale will take place. The weigh-in and the ultrasound will start with the hogs, the sheep, the goats, and we'll go to the cattle after that.
Jim says the St. Francis County Fair Queen will be crowned on Tuesday, and they've scheduled a horse show for 7 that evening.
It's going to be a combination of pleasure and a speed event. It wasn't in the book, it wasn't planned, but we had enough requests that we are going to put one on Tuesday.
The St. Francis County Fair runs through Saturday, August 4th. Among the highlights in this year is Friday night's concert with Trent Tomlinson, produced and sponsored by Froggy 96 and the Dawkins Broadcast Group. High temperatures and dry conditions have spiked attendance at Lake Wapapello. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers spokesperson Andrew Jefferson says there has been an excellent summer at the lake, and that's a big contrast from last year.
Whereas we experienced a great regional flood of 2011, things were inundated with water, as well as once the water receded, we had to try to get things back to normal as possible.
Jefferson says they were able to salvage some summer fun last year, but they're still repairing damages caused by the flooding. He points out Missouri Department of Transportation crews have recently started the work on replacing the damaged portion of Route T.
We encourage everyone, if you're going to come out here to the lake, to please use extreme caution and follow the signs on the highway as far as speed limit, as well as those who will be having the stop signs pertaining to a single lane or one lane ahead.
Jefferson says MoDOT is expected to complete the project on Route T in about 10 weeks. This is a busy season for the United Way of St. Francis County. Executive Director Donna Hickman says not only are a number of events going on, but they're preparing for one of the major fundraisers starting in about 6 weeks.
In September, we will begin on September 6th with our Dine Out season, and every Thursday from September 6th until the Thursday before Thanksgiving, people can dine out for United Way. And this year, they'll be dining out, helping us to help 30 agencies in St. Francis County.
And Donna reminds folks all the money raised here stays here in St. Francis County.
We have pledged to raise $190,000 this year that we'll award in 2013 to those 30 agencies that work throughout St. Francis County, meeting the needs of people here.
Donna says you can visit their website, unitedwayofsfc.org, to stay on top of all of their events, or you can also like them on Facebook. Well, a great way to spend an afternoon and learn a little something in the process is to visit the Bollinger County Museum of Natural History. Administrator Patricia Welker says folks are surprised by the size of the two-story museum and the variety of artifacts encompassing the Ice Age to local history.
From geology, we have our early radio technology, we have, of course, the dinosaur exhibits, we have those coming through, we have a lot of Ice Age stuff. We have local history that describes when this building used to be a college, which surprises some people.
To spur interest, the museum frequently offers special programs. In July, Tots to Teens are invited to Robotic Days, Wednesday afternoons, and Lego Days on Thursday afternoons. To learn more about the museum and what's going on, visit their website at bcmnh.org. And still to come in this age of high-tech medicine, we'll tell you why doctors still rely on 100-year-old heart tests. Next in today's Your Health segment.
We have a little bit of a cool down on the way. I'll have details coming up next in weather.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We saw a warm day today with some sunshine and also some clouds, but also some showers and thunderstorms moving through southeast Missouri. What does that mean for tomorrow? Well, we do have some relief in sight. Looking at weather headlines right now, cooler temperatures are expected for tomorrow through the weekend. We're also going to see plenty of sunshine to go along with it. However, the 100+ degree weather is going to make a return for next week. Here in southeast Missouri, 93 right now in Cape Girardeau, 96 in St. Genevieve, as well as in Fredericktown, 97 in Festus. We have a current temperature of 97 in Potosi, 95 in Ironton, Piedmont 94, and Poplar Bluff at 93. Here at the station, current temperature of 98 degrees under a mostly cloudy sky. Feels like 101 though. 66 is our current dew point with 33% humidity and a west-southwest wind at 7 miles per hour. As we head through the day tomorrow, we're going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. Temperature around 96 degrees for our area. This cold front that pushed through today will give us a little bit of cooler relief for tomorrow and the weekend. So for tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms likely. Low around 72 degrees, light to variable winds. 71 in Festus, 71 in St. Genevieve, as well as in Fredericktown. Piedmont 73, 70 in Van Buren, and 75 in Poplar Bluff. Tomorrow, we're still going to be warm, but not as warm as it was today. Mostly sunny skies, high in 96, 93 in Festus, as well as in Potosi, 95 in Ellington, Van Buren 97, and 97 in Poplar Bluff. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. As we look at the extended forecast on Saturday, mostly sunny skies, high of 96 degrees, 98 on Sunday with mostly sunny skies, 98, 99 degrees on Sunday. So it's going to be warmer. We're starting to warm back up. But then on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, temperatures well above 100 degrees, and then cooling back down to the mid to upper 90s for Thursday with a chance of some PM thunderstorms. And another look at our weekend forecast, 96 degrees on Saturday with mostly sunny skies, mostly sunny on Sunday with a high of 98. Let's check out your storm tracker weather forecast. More details to look at froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Aaron, back to you.
Thanks, Dustin. Well, in today's world of high-tech medicine, you might think anything that was developed nearly 100 years ago must be obsolete. But that's not the case, especially when it comes to treating your heart. Experts say the exercise stress test may be low-tech, but it's highly reliable. And before opting for high-tech testing, there are things you should consider with more. Here's Clark Powell.
Good for what?
Having survived one heart attack, Barbara Current says she understands the importance of staying active and paying close attention to her body. So when a subtle, anxious feeling recently developed in her chest, she didn't waste any time going to the doctor.
It wasn't a severe thing, you know, something I couldn't live with, but I did know that it was a different feeling that I had never had before.
Like many patients, Barbara was put through high-tech testing like this. Today, many doctors have at their disposal everything from nuclear medicine to MRIs.
All of these tests are very good, but the part that often gets ignored is the simple stuff.
Turns out it was the simple stuff that saved Barbara's life. In addition to high-tech imaging, she also took an exercise stress test developed a century ago. And while high-tech imaging didn't show any problems with her heart, the results of this test did.
We found very significant disease for which she had required getting a stent placed in her coronary artery and subsequently required another one placed just recently.
Dr. Martha Galati is a cardiologist at The Ohio State University's Wexner Medical Center. She says this cheap and easy test can do everything from catch blockages to predict hypertension. And while high-tech imaging serves a valuable role, Galati says patients should ask some important questions before getting it.
What are we doing it for? What are we trying to identify? Is there radiation with this test? And does the radiation, does the end result justify me getting radiation?
They're questions all patients should ask, especially those like Barbara, whose ongoing condition likely means undergoing several more tests in the future. At Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
Although tests using radiation can be life-saving, studies have shown that too much radiation can lead to other health complications. So make sure you're getting the right test at the right time.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Your bank's merging with another one, and you know what? You didn't really like that bank to begin with. Is now time to make the switch? 3 tips to bank swapping. That's just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment. With a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
A recent poll shows the reason consumers want to leave their banks is from rising fees. However, many don't switch because of the hassle. Consumer reporter Stacy Johnson has 3 tips to help making a smooth switch.
There are a lot of banks merging these days and a lot of banking fees on the rise and services on the decline. Getting fed up? It's not just you.
Oh, absolutely. They're tired of fees, they're tired of the hours the banks are open, not getting the one-on-one service.
But if your bank is changing names or you're just no longer happy with the service, maybe it's time to shop. Smaller banks and credit unions often offer better rates and lower fees. But before you switch, beware. Don't make the split more hassle or expensive than it has to be. First, ask your new bank or credit union if they offer a switch kit. They usually come with forms to change direct deposits and automatic payments, and even notices to tell your old bank you're closing the account. But don't close it entirely. Leave a cash cushion in your old account to cover payments you might have overlooked, like magazine subscriptions or gym dues. Leave it open for about 3 months or until you're absolutely sure it's cool. Third, make sure you can view your new account online and follow the action daily at first. Make sure your employer is depositing to it and your creditors are withdrawing from it. Bottom line, rising fees and changing names, that's not just an annoyance, it's a call to action. So if you're not happy with your bank, bust a move. I can show you how to find some of the best savings rates and the lowest loan rates right here at moneytalksnews.com. I'm Stacy Johnson.
As Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, go to moneytalksnews.com. Sand that is afraid of water. You might have found it at your local department store. Our science guy, Jason Lindsay, says not to buy it because you already have everything you need to make it at home.
Hey, it's science guy Jason Lindsay with Hooked on Science. Beside me, a science helper by the name of Ethan. Ethan and I have an awesome experiment we want to tell you about. It's called hydrophobic sand. It's something you can buy, but why buy it when you can make it by using a few ingredients from around the house? You need some sand and you need some heavy-duty water repellent. You're going to spray the sand with this, allow the water to evaporate from the sand, and then you just need a container of water. Ethan, I want you to pour that in there, okay? Just pour some of it in there for me. And when I say hydrophobic, what do you think phobic means, Ethan?
Scared of.
Scared of, and hydro means water. This sand is scared of the water. Notice how it doesn't mix up. I'm going to pour some orange on top of that, and watch this. There we go. And if I were to take this out, guess what would be dry? The sand would be dry. And again, all you need are a few ingredients from around the house. Go to our website for the details. That's hookedonscience.org.
Go to hookedonscience.org for this experiment and others that might get you and your family hooked on science.
And coming up in sports, 3 Cardinal errors waste a great Adam Wainwright outing. Mizzou running back Henry Josie probably won't be on the field this fall. And the Tigers basketball team prepares to invade Europe. These stories coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-7095.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News, with Jeremy Martin.
A terrific pitching performance by Adam Wainwright was wasted Wednesday as the Cardinals committed 3 costly errors on the way to a 4-3 loss to the Brewers in Milwaukee. St. Louis's defense failed Wainwright in the top of the first when Milwaukee scored all 4 of its runs and the Cardinals committed all 3 of its errors. Wainwright recovered after a tough opening stanza, following it up with 6 shutout innings. He was only charged with 1 earned run, surrendering just 4 hits while striking out 9. St. Louis tried to come back in the 9th when the Cardinals loaded the bases with 2 outs against new Brewers closer Francisco Rodriguez.
The Cardinals then cut the deficit to 1 on a walk by David Freese. In the next at-bat, Lance Berkman hit a long fly ball that looked like it had a chance before left fielder Niger Morgan made the catch to end the game. While Mizzou quarterback James Franklin looks on track to return this fall, the news for running back Henry Josie was not so good. Josie underwent ACL reconstruction back on May 7th, his third surgery since tearing his ACL, MCL, patellar tendon, and meniscus against Texas last November. While the surgery went well, the doctors and trainers are focusing on basic strengthening of the leg. Because Josie has been on crutches for so long, he's had muscle atrophy or shrinkage in his left leg. Missouri's team physician, Dr. Pat Smith, told reporters, quote, "There have been no bumps in the road since the last surgery. He just needs a lot more time. We're obviously not rushing him," end quote. Josie averaged almost 117 yards a game and just over 8 yards a carry last season. He most likely will redshirt this upcoming season. And Missouri basketball continues its early start to the season next week when the Tigers return to practice on Monday in advance of the program's 5-game, 10-day tour of Europe. Led by the return of Lawrence Bowers, Phil Pressey, and Michael Dixon, the new-look Tigers will have several newcomers being called upon to make an immediate impact, including 4 four-year transfers on scholarship, as well as a large class of 5 available newcomers. Overall, the Tigers will have improved depth compared to last year's rotation of 7 players, and the early start should benefit those first-year players as they adjust to a new system. Mizzou leaves St. Louis on August the 8th before arriving at 9 the next morning in the Netherlands. There's a 7-hour difference between Columbia and Amsterdam, so for the team, it will feel like a 2 a.m. arrival after completing the more than 12-hour trip. And that's a look at sports. Aaron and Dustin, back over to you.
Well, Dustin, we have some hot temperatures. We've had some scattered showers. Makes for a very muggy, humid afternoon, doesn't it?
It was. It sure was. And the relief that we saw today with a little bit of showers and thunderstorms was nice, but we're still on the hot side. So, you know, we're going to continue to be on the hot side for the next couple of days, but a little bit cooler. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. As you can see, partly sunny skies, 96 degrees on Friday, 96 on Saturday, with mostly sunny skies. 98 Aaron on Sunday, and then we're back to the 100+ degree weather for next week. Chance of afternoon and evening thunderstorms for Thursday with temperature around 97 degrees.
Why can't you just lie to us and say it's going to be 85?
Well, you know, let me just put it this way. It's going to be one of the hottest summers on record. So
already has been.
Yep.
That'll do it for us. We'll see you again tonight at 10 o'clock. For Dustin Kopp, I'm Aaron Cox.
Have a good evening, everybody. News Watch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.